on. Right. As I was saying, okay, good. Got it right this time. Got it right this time. Final Fantasy 13. I loved the game. Okay, I got this is an art book, so I can just remember some of the characters. Because I'm not saying I don't remember them, because I remember them remarkably well. Because it is a very good little art book. But yes. Final Fantasy 13 is, well, the very Final Fantasy. I'm not gonna be that stupid about this. No, it's the next game in the series, and as we all know at this point in time, well, most should know, every Final Fantasy game is completely separate from every other game, unless they're like continuations, like, you know, Final Fantasy VII has a Crisis Core, I think, and there's like another one, isn't it? No, not Eventually, that's the anime, isn't it? But anyway, and Final Fantasy X's got 10-2, Final Fantasy Tactics has got Tactics Advance 2, that's right, Tactics Advance 2. Whereas I think the actual technical advancements are related to Final Fantasy. I am not into all the knowledge I know about these series because I'm a bit of a fag about it. No, really, I do love the games. I've played all of them, like I said. But this one is different to the other ones, I think, in that, well, it's not different. It just sort of takes a lot of elements from past games and kind of puts them together. The music of the game, which I'm going to start with the music. The music of the game, which I'm playing in the background right now, does remind me of Final Fantasy XII, in that it is beautiful and awesome and epic and all that kind of stuff, but at the same time, none of it's memorable. Like, in Final Fantasy, say, Final Fantasy V, you have moments like Battle on a Big Bridge, which are epically awesome things that get stuck in your head for days. I got it in my head right now just saying the name of the song. But in this, the music is good, and if you hear it, you know what it is. But it doesn't get stuck in your head. It doesn't stick around that long. I mean, it's there, it's gone, but it was awesome while it was there. But I mean, I like it, but yeah. At the same time, I see no real point to it. Also, okay. Moving on. Gameplay is one of the good things about Final Fantasy. This game got awesome gameplay. The battles tend to be quick. Although when later on in the game, because I'm well into the game, I'm not 100% to finishing it. I hope I'm not too close because I really have a lot I want to do with the game. But yes, the gameplay is awesome. It's I think it's active time battle system, kind of like Final Fantasy VII, I think. Yeah, I can't remember. All the games got the weird systems. It's got the bar. It's got the slowly loading bar, and you can add in attacks. Like, you can check them in any order you want. There's no MP, there's no ability points or anything like that, I don't think. So when you get to the end, you can execute those attacks, or you can just execute them sooner. Okay? There's 6 roles that you can play after a certain point. Commando, which is like your standard battle warrior attacks and stuff. Your Ravager, which is essentially a mage who learns all the magic spells, damaging magic spells. The Sentinel, who is a defender, takes very little damage, defends, provokes enemies into attacking them and leaving others away. Saboteurs and Synergists, there we go, you noticed that for a second there, who debuff and buff respectively. Like Saboteurs will poison and de-shell and de-protect and all that jazz. And Synergists will haste and protect and, you know, those sort of things. They make it more powerful, okay? Then you have medics who heal, and one thing that kind of confused me is that they learn raise and stuff like that, but if you control you control one character with 2 backup in battle. If your main character dies, the one you're controlling dies, game over. Which again, is not that bad of a thing, because you respawn right outside that battle. It takes the Final Fantasy XII route of having the enemies visible. And yes, what was I saying? Fuck, I forgot. Right. When they have raise, if your character dies, it's game over. I don't see why having them having raise. I mean, it may raise the other team member, but it won't raise you if you die. So it kind of pisses me off a little bit. Also, I mean, what else is there? Now then, the main complaints of the game, 2 main complaints that I've heard so far, which I can agree with and dispute at the same time. First is the characters. Characters I like them. The story is good. The story is interesting. The story has kept me gripped really tightly. I mean, characters are, and I can get them up. Hang on. Okay. Lightning. Okay. I can't say there's any one main character. They all the stories seem to want to find quite well. They each get very good airtime. Yeah, airtime. Snow, who is he's tall and he has a bit of a hero complex, but he's bearable. Vanille, who everyone hates. I adore Vanille. I don't know why. It's just maybe it's because I'm biased and she has an Australian accent. Saz, who everybody adores, myself included, he is pretty badass. Hope, who is a little emo brat, but does get better later on in the game. Give him time. And Feng. My brother swears a dragoon, but she hasn't gotten jump yet. There are other characters who are periphery, but, you know, they're there. I like the characters, okay? I don't like people who play the first part of the game, first hour of the game, see most of the characters and just write them off straight away. Give them a chance, let them grow, okay? Just because the writing may not be a bit epically awesome straight at the beginning, doesn't mean it doesn't get better, okay? I have always been a fan of the games that may start slow but build up, you know? If you start at the top, you can either stay at the top or you'll go down, and if you go down even slightly, people will notice and get pissed. I prefer starting, you know, mid to low, then rising up. If your expectations to start low, they build up, that's a good game. And if a game can start good and stay good, sweet. Otherwise, don't bother. Okay? And the other complaint I've heard a lot of, I must be counting 10 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay. The other complaint is the linearity of it. Okay, glasses off this one. Fuck open world, okay? Look, linearity is fine. Most Final Fantasy games are linear, okay? Most games are linear. Are you gonna get pissed at Mario for being linear? It's from one end to the other, and you love it that way. If Mario was 3D in a straight line, that's exactly what the 2D games are like. And you'd be pissed at that. I mean, for God's sake. Look, in the game, they become pulseless sea. I think that's how it's pulseless sea, yes? Because there's cocoon, there's pulse, and... I'm not getting into the story here, because I could go on for hours on that, and I don't want to go on that long. They become pulseless sea if you listen to the story cocoons as well that they were on. I think, yeah, they're not enough of us. Well, they're on this cocoon. They become pulseless sea who listen to destroy it. Or something to that extent. They don't think so, and they're trying to save it and not save it. It gets very confusing a bit, but I do like the plot. I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to spoil anything, because spoilers abound if you even think about talking about this game. They are on the run from the Sanctum the entire course of the game, up to the point that I got up to a couple days ago. There is a point, I'm not going to say anything more. But they're on the run, straight corridors, running away from people. It makes perfect sense for them to be hiding in corridors and forests and going in a straight path, okay? Just because you can't roam around wherever you want to does not ruin the game. I mean, hell, this is not a spoiler. You get to a point in the game where I call it the second game of this game. You get to this point, you get a sweeping, open, beautiful cutscene, okay? This huge, big area you can explore, okay? Not a straight line, huge. Do side missions, explore, fight whatever the fuck you want to. It is awesome when you can just run around and fight things. Does it contribute to the plot? Not at all. But it's there. If you were willing to get to it. Alright? I spent most of the first part of the game running corridor to corridor, enjoying the plot. When I get to this point, beautiful looking graphics, beautiful graphics, which they does have. Awesome scene made me go when I first saw it. And I had to run around fighting monsters for a good solid day and a bit, okay? And I enjoyed it. Then I went, alright, back to the plot. And to the plot I went. And there was nothing wrong with that. And I'm getting to the rant about fanboys in the next 5 seconds. So, yeah.